Today, I really wanted to talk about patience. Now, this is a topic that I've been meaning to talk about for quite some time, but I didn't really know how I wanted to go about it. I figured I might as well just share my experiences, share my perspective, and see if that resonates with you. Now, I just want to say in advance, I apologize if I sound a little scatterbrained, if I sound little little all over the place. I'm trying to put all these thoughts out into one video, and I'm trying to say everything at once, so bear with me here. So what I've learned about patience in this lifetime, other than the fact that it's a virtue, because we all know patience is a virtue. That's something that you've heard in your life at least once. Now, what does that mean? Patience is a virtue. Basically, it means patience is a very high quality to possess. It's a very high moral to possess. So, patience is very important. It's very important. And we're in a time where people nowadays aren't really patient. People don't want to wait for things. People don't want to work for things. People don't want to, plant their seeds and watch it grow. People want things with the snap of their fingers. People want things quick, as soon as possible. But you see, the problem is things that come fast goes fast, and that's what people fail to realize. You want to live a fast life, but you fail to realize that what comes fast goes fast. And honestly, you need to put the work in. You need to go through the trials and errors. You need to go through the roadblocks. You need to go through those times of failure, because that's all a part of the growth. That's all a part of the process. How can you receive something if you're not even ready to receive it yet? And if you do receive it, you're not even going to appreciate it. You're not even gonna be grateful for it, because you've received it so quick. You know what I mean? So patience is very important. Remember, we live in a time where people don't want to be patient. This is the instant gratification age. Instagram, Snapchat. People want things quickly. People want things instantly to feed their dopamine levels. It makes them feel good. It brings that pleasure. Those likes on Instagram, those Snapchats, those snap streaks, those mentions, those story mentions, those engagements, those impressions, all that stuff, that stuff, it's satisfying, it's pleasuring. And people chase that. They chase that high. They chase that bodily pleasures. They chase those bodily pleasures instead of chasing those mental pleasures. The stuff that pleasures you internally, the stuff that actually matters. So before I go off topic, I gotta catch myself. Patience. Why is patience important? Why is patience so important? The reason why patience is so important, because if you don't have patience, then you lack the ability to analyze things at face value. Now, what do I mean? All right, so if you're impatient, right? Let's give you an example. Let's use myself as an example. I want to be a barber, right? But I want to be a barber as quick as possible. I have no patience. I want to get in there. I want to learn as much as possible, and I want to get my own chair, and I want to start cutting ASAP. If I have that mentality going inside the barbershop every day, I'm going to fail to analyze my situation. I'm going to fail to analyze things past face value. For example, I'm so eager to cut hair, so much so that I ignore the fact that everybody else around me in that shop, hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm so motivated to cut hair that I'm ignoring all the red flags around me. I'm ignoring the way people treat me. I'm ignoring the things people say behind my back. I'm ignoring, I'm just ignoring just everything around me in my environment because I'm so locked in at trying to earn this one goal. When in reality, the right way to approach it is to be patient, to be humble, to take what's given to you, all while observing your surroundings, all while, analyzing the room, reading your coworkers' energy, reading the people inside the room, reading how they behave, reading their personality, seeing if this is somebody you're gonna have conflict with, if this is somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to take things slow. You gotta take things slow. You gotta take it step by step. You have to take it, one day at a time. You can't rush from point A to point Z. Because here's what happens when you try to rush from point A to point Z. When you try to rush from point A to point Z, it's like a domino effect, right? Let's pretend that you're a domino. All the dominoes before you are falling. But before that domino, right before you falls, you decide to fall right before that domino falls. So now what happens? You mess up the whole flow of the domino effect. You mess up the whole thing because you chose to fall before the one before you fell. So as a result, you're no longer in harmony with your mission. You're no longer in harmony with what you're supposed to be doing because you were too quick to pull the trigger. You were too quick to jump the gun. You're too quick. You're too eager. And now you put yourself 5 steps back instead of being 2 steps forward. So that's why patience is so important, because you don't want to be that domino piece that falls before everybody else, because then you're just going to mess up the flow of everything. Right? You got to play the right hands. You got to play the right cards. Keep those draw 4s in your hand. Keep those draw 4s in your deck and be patient. Study every move. Study people. Learn the importance of timing things. Dude, all that stuff is very important. All that stuff is very important. And that segues into my next point, which is timing. The number one reason why people are so impatient is because of timing. People are so not afraid, but people are worried that they don't have enough time, or they may feel like, this is it. This is all the time they have, or they may feel like they can't make themselves enough time. There's always, when it comes to being patient, it always draws back to time, right? So utilizing your time better, managing your time better, and timing things perfectly. What helps me be patient is understanding the fact that things are meant to happen when they're supposed to happen.